There we go. Thank you, Ice Cream Codes. We need a Leroy Jenkins to kick these off. All right. Well, welcome. Thanks for coming back. This is episode 2 of Voice and Robotics. So this is a series where we look at using voice with Alexa and using it to control robots. So if you saw last week's episode, we talked about using. We talked about the 3 ways you can do it, right? So there is the MQTT way, which we pass messages back and forth over the internet. And that has the advantage of letting us control robots from anywhere in the world. We can control multiple robots at once, so thousands. Imagine just launching a fleet of drones just by sending that one message, and all the drones are listening for that message. So that was the first way. The second way is Bluetooth. So today we're going to talk about Bluetooth, and we're actually going to talk about it next Friday too. So I'll have part of the team. You can see this blog post here. One of the developers on the team that created this new custom interfaces that we'll dive into today will be with me, and we'll be in Seattle. We'll be in the nice Twitch studio, and you'll get to see him really build some cool stuff. So I built some basic things today I want to show you. And so if you want to get started with that, let's see. You need a Raspberry Pi, so hopefully you have one. Last week there was an ask about what battery pack to use, so I wanted to cover that question real quick. So if you have a Raspberry Pi, it'd be really nice for you to get a battery pack that goes with it. This makes it really easy to power your Pi without having to have it plugged into the wall. So it's just a simple wire that connects from this lithium-ion battery pack, which lasts about 7 or 8 hours, to your Pi. So that link is here. And you can find these. This exact model is sold by, I found like a dozen different vendors that have it. So look around, you can probably find a good price. But just type in Raspberry Pi battery pack. Look for the red one. That's the one, and there are a lot of different vendors that make that. So this one costs $19.99 US dollars. You can probably find it for a few bucks cheaper depending on where you go. So that's that. It's really handy. That was a question from last week. If you have questions for this week, pop them over here in the chat. I will be looking at it, and we'll take care of questions as you have them. So today, I want to introduce custom interfaces. So this blog post will really help you. Just go to Alexa Blogs. Type in custom interfaces, type in Karen Yu, and you'll get to this post. But it talks about a way for us to connect or to pair a Raspberry Pi with an Echo. So this is the Bluetooth method. We're going to connect over Bluetooth. We're going to talk to the Echo, and it will send directives to the Pi to do things. But the cool part is, the part I really like is, we can also get things back from the Pi. So we can get sensor data, we can get state, so we can push a button, and Alexa will say, hey, I saw you pushed a button. So that's pretty cool, and it opens up a whole new world of making really neat gadgets. One of the gadgets that you probably have seen is like the Alexa clock. So you can say, Alexa, set a timer for 15 minutes or an hour and a half if you're cooking something. And it will set it on the clock. It's an analog-looking clock, but it has these digital markings that show you the timer, the countdown. Really cool for building gadgets. What I'm going to use today is the Raspberry Pi plus this. This is the SenseHat. SenseHat is a really cool little toy that you can add on top of the Pi. It's got an 8x8 LED matrix. It's got an accelerometer, so it can sense direction, a gyroscope. It's got a humidity sensor, a barometer, a thermometer, a lot of little cool things. It has a little joystick here. I don't know if you can see it. A little joystick that you can use. So we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to start with going through this, and instead of just kind of diving into the documentation, I think it'd be more beneficial, probably more fun if we dive into code. But if you do want to dive into the documentation, go to this blog post, look at this, but go to the sample application and say GitHub project. And this is a color cycler gadget. So color cycler will let you plug in little LED lights into your Raspberry Pi and then use the Alexa to control them. Let me check questions and make sure we don't have any so far. Okay, so that's color cycler. Now what I wanted to do different though is use the SenseHat to do that instead. So let me show you where the SenseHat is. Let's go over here. Let's say Raspberry Pi SenseHat. All right, so here's the SenseHat. You can buy it from Adafruit. You can probably find it from a lot of different places now. It's relatively old. It's about 4 years old. But it's really cool. Now, see these nice colors? This has really good LED colors. When I show you on RobotCam today, let me switch over here so you can see RobotCam. When I show you on RobotCam, I had to really adjust the saturation, the hue, everything else, because it's just really hard to pick up these colors with a camera, especially a little cheap camera. So you'll have to understand that it actually looks really, really cool in person and not maybe not so much on RobotCam. All right, so that's the equipment we're working with today. I've got code already built, so I already have a repo built for you. So after the stream, we'll share it, or maybe we'll share it here in a minute. Share the stream so you could, or share the repo so you can follow along. Let's go back to this custom interfaces. So I want to show you just real quickly how it works. Blow this font down a little bit. So here's how it works. We have a user, just like normal. A user interacts with Alexa. Now this device right here, this Echo, is paired with a Alexa gadget. This can be the clock that we talked about, but in our case today, it'll be the Raspberry Pi. So it's paired with the Raspberry Pi. And then everything else here is just basic things that happen behind the scenes that you typically don't worry about anyway in this Alexa Cloud part. Skill code is very similar to what you're doing. One change we'll make is I'm going to use Python, and you guys probably use Node, but that's okay. It's really easy to convert back and forth. The sample code from this blog post gives you both Python and Node.js, so you'll be able to have both of those. Here are all the devices that support gadgets. I'm using one today that's an Echo first generation. So if you have the older Echoes, it will work just fine. The only problem I've run into so far is Raspberry Pi 2 doesn't seem to work yet. I think they're working on a fix for that. So you'll probably need the 3 or the 4. But you need those anyway. The 2 is getting pretty dated. Okay, so that's that. So let me just show you a quick example. So I'm going to unmute the Echo, and we're going to go to, let's see. Let me go to my code here and show you this. So here's the code running on the Raspberry Pi. I'm going to go to Raspberry Pi color cycler. Make sure you can see this font. I'll blow it up one more time there. All right, I'm SSH'd into the Raspberry Pi. The way I'm doing that, if you haven't done this yet, it's really nice. So you don't have to use Nano or Vim or VI. You can use Visual Studio Code. There's a Visual Studio Code package called Insiders. It's not a package, but it's a program. So Visual Studio Code, highly recommend getting this. And it will let you SSH into remote systems. So that's what I've done. I've SSH'd into my Pi. You can see I have this Pi address right here. So here's Color Cycler. I'm going to show you the code first, and I'll show you how to set up your own. So let me show you it in action. And here is the code. We're just going to say Python 3 colorcycler.py. I'm going to switch. I'm going to hit enter. And here's what happens. I've already paired my device to the Raspberry Pi. So now it's connected. If it wasn't paired, it would just say put your device into pairing mode, and it's really easy to do through the Alexa app. The blog post covers all of that. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to switch to Robot Cam for you. All right. So now when I give the wake word, it should send a directive to the Raspberry Pi and light that LED grid up in a rainbow matrix. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 1:12 p.m.
Well, let's try it again. Stop.
I don't know that.
So it did flash, so it definitely got something. I'm going to stop this and try again, though. Oh, here, you know what I'm doing wrong? I know what I'm doing wrong. I went to Color Cycler. I actually want to go to the other project first. I'm going to show you Color Cycler today, but we'll go to Raspberry Pi wake word. This is one I want to show you. So this is just a very simple wake word detector. So you can set up a gadget to activate when it hears the wake word. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go to the device folder. And I'm going to say Python 3 wakeword.py. Let's go to Robot Cam. Let's unmute the Alexa. Okay, we'll start it. It's trying to pair. It's attempting to reconnect. What it does when it makes the first connection, it writes a little file to your Raspberry Pi. That way it doesn't have to make this pairing connection each time. Okay, we're paired. Let's go to Robot Cam. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 1:13 p.m.
Okay, stop. So that's actually a really cool looking rainbow, but you can't tell on the camera. But what happens is all these grids turn different colors and just cycle through colors. So that's that. That's just wake word detection. It's something really simple. All right, so when I say really simple, let me show you the code. So let's go to, this is the official blog for the samples. I'm sorry, the official repo for the samples. So you're going to go to this repo, go to source, go to examples, and here's the wake word script. Now this is if you want to do it with LEDs and with a breadboard and things like that. If you want to do it with a SenseHat, let's go to JB Nunn and go to the same project. Well, Raspberry Pi wake word. Let me put that here for you. So we're going to go to github.com, jbnunn, Raspberry Pi wake word. All right, so that's where this code is. If you follow this code, you'll be able to do the same thing if you have a SynSat and a Raspberry Pi. Okay, so that's wake word, and let me dive into the code now and show you what that looks like. So I do some basic things. We're going to close this terminal for now. Basic things to initialize the SynSat. Then this is an important piece. Whenever you install the Alexa Gadgets toolkit, if you follow along the repository example, it'll install this dependency for you. These are all the pixels that make the rainbow of colors. And all it's doing is listening for this state update. So a custom directive for state update gets sent, and it knows that, okay, if we're awake, what am I going to do? And when I hear a wake word, I'm going to do show the wake rainbow. Here's the code for the wake rainbow. Very simple. And these are just code to show a moving rainbow across the screen. That's it. That's all it is for that. Let me show you a game now. So now we want to interact with it. So this time, let's go back to a terminal. Color cycler. So let me show you the code here. It's a little bit more involved because now we're going to send things back from the Raspberry Pi. So we're going to say Python color cycler.py will get it connected. Oh, address already in use. So I'm already running. I think I forgot to close. Let's see how we can do that. I forgot to close a connection on the other one, so we need to see if there's a way to do that. I think I can go to Bluetooth control, power off. And power on. Okay, let's see if that works. Hopefully it doesn't break everything. All right, didn't like that either. Okay, so how do we fix this? Let's just debug this together. So if you're just joining, what's happened is I had a Bluetooth connection open, I left it open, I tried to start another one, and the old one is running. So we just need to see Raspberry Pi disconnect Bluetooth. Oh, I know what I can do. So there is a cool little thing here. When you run this, you can say clear to clear the connection and pair. So I'll show you this now. It'll clear it and pair it. Oh, it still won't do it. All right. Don't worry, we'll fix it. Any questions while we're solving this little problem? I want to leave us about 30 minutes to do a new project that I want to show you. All right, let's see here. I think we've talked about this before, and if you don't know, this is what real coders do. We don't know all the answers. We look on Stack Overflow, and we look on GitHub, and we try to figure things out by copying and pasting a lot. So if you do that, don't feel bad. Port already in use. Let's try that. Oh, that's not what I want. Let me try something else. I have another idea here. Bluetooth CTL. This is kind of handy if you ever need to mess with Bluetooth things on your Raspberry Pi. So let's see all the connection devices we can do. So let's do, what are we connected to? List. No, not list. Pairable devices. Paired devices. PAIR devices. Nothing. All right. Let's do, so we really can't disconnect if we're not connected. Let's try to run this again. Address already in use. Bluetooth error 98. All right, let's try this. Here we go. LSOF. So something's using the port. So what port is it? Do we see a port? I know what we can do. Here we go. This is all of the running things. VS Code Server Insider. Let's Let's just do this. Let's disconnect. Maybe this will work. I'm going to close Insider. I'm going to run it again. We'll reconnect. So when you're setting up a Raspberry Pi, the default password is Raspberry, and I've kept it Raspberry. But it's important to change it though if you're going to, make a public service or anything like that. All right, so let's see where we are. Let's go to Raspberry Pi Color Cycler. Let's go to the device, and let's do Python 3 Color Cycler PY. Let's see if this works. There we go. Oh, so we're in pairing mode. All right, so this will be a good time to show you pairing mode. So it's saying it's in pairing mode, and it says pair gadget 94F in the Alexa app. So I go to my Alexa app on my phone. I'm going to go to, let's see, is it settings then devices, or devices and settings? We'll see. Still loading. There we go. So you go to settings, and you go to devices, device settings. Now I'm just scrolling to find the right device, so I found it. And if you have this problem at some point, what you'll have to do is unpair first. You can see maybe, I don't know if it shows up, that you can see, yes, restart work, Trinity. It has a previously paired gadget. I'm going to forget that device. Here we go, and pair a new device. So it's searching. It found it. I'm clicking it, so it's found gadget 94F. What's happened is the Alexa Gadget Toolkit code has put my device into pairing mode. All right, we're connected. So now we're running Color Cycler. Color Cycler is just a mini game, and so if you follow the GitHub repo, you'll see that they use LEDs and it cycles through colors, and you press a button, a piezo button, I believe it is, that tells the device, the Echo device, what the color was. I changed it up just a little bit to run it with a SynSat, so let's see what happens. Alexa, open Color Robot.
Hi, I will cycle through a spectrum of colors. When you press the button, I'll report
the
back
button's
which
right here.
color you pressed. Are you ready?
Yes.
Cyan is the selected color.
Cyan.
Thank you for playing.
It is the color.
Goodbye.
It is the color, but it's a very boring color. So here's what I wanted your help with today. I want to know how we can change these colors to something more fun. So I changed a few last night. Alexa blue, we have Amazon orange, we have red, Whole Foods green. This is very boring. Cyan might be the most boring color ever, right? Maybe not. And yellow. So Twitch friends, I need your help. Let's figure out one or two different colors to make this. So who wants to throw something at me? And while you're doing that, I'm going to load. We're going to need to edit the skill. So I'll show you the Color Cycler skill. Actually, we need to go to the Lambda function. All right, let's go to Lambda. Anyone have a replacement? Twitch purple is good. Twitch purple is done. Thank you, Trinity. How about one more? A new color instead of cyan. We can do, maybe we can do, what's our favorite robot? Does anyone have a favorite robot? What's a cool robot? How about, well, silver would be hard to see. We can't do silver. So I'm looking through the code here. This is the code that Color Cycler uses. So Alexa just handles a request and sends it. The pink is pink. I love it. All right. So let's get a, let's see, HTML, RGB, pink. The pink is pink. Oh, Hal is a good robot. We'll imagine Hal is pink. Trinity, I think deep pink is probably the best of these pinks. So we're going to copy this code. We're going to go to Lambda. Let's add, well, let's actually get rid of cyan. C-Y-A-N. There you are. All right, so we're getting rid of that. We're going to go pinkest pink. And that's all I want to do for that one right now. We'll save that. And let's go edit this code. pink. Hal red. All right, I love it. So there's pinkest pink, and then we're going to change this to Hal red. Let's go get a good deep red. HTML, RGB, deep red. All right. How about, Hal probably would be like this normal red, but it's too basic for us. Let's go crimson. So 220, 20, and 60. I'm going to go ahead and edit this right here, and then we'll go to the skill and edit that. Save that, and we'll go to our lambda and change this to Hal red. Okay, we have Hal red. We'll leave yellow for now unless someone else wants to throw a yellow idea in there. We have Hal red. So let me just show you really quickly what's happening. So this is a basic lambda function that handles a skill. So if you've used the Python SDK for the Alexa Skills Kit, this will be very familiar to you. What might be different is the custom interface controller. So we're looking for things like the start event and stop event. That's just a wake word. Send directive. So this is where we can send something back and forth between the Raspberry Pi. And this could be, we're doing colors, but you could have wheels, you could have blades for a drone, so you could have directives to fire those off, and even get the speed back. So you could say, Alexa, what's the rotor speed of my robot, and it would report back all over Bluetooth. So what happens is, just like a normal skill, we build a response builder. One thing that's different is this endpoints, but that's given to you by the custom interfaces controller. So it gets an endpoint that it's going to talk to. Very normal thing right here with speak. Hi, I will cycle through a spectrum of colors. And we start off, I just blink it with Alexa Blue really quickly to make sure that we have a connection. If we get a yes intent, then it's going to start the game. It's going to add a directive right here. So this directive says build blink LED directive. It's going to pass a collection of colors that we want to cycle through. That's all that's happening. So we've saved, let's save it again to make sure. Let's go to this code and let's run it. I saved it, but we'll save that one more time too. All right. Let's run this code, color cycler. So we don't have to pair again since we are already paired. Let's go to the robot. Alexa, open color robot.
Hi, I will cycle through a spectrum of colors. When you press the button, I'll report back which color you pressed. Are you ready?
Yes. I'm gonna let it go a cycle or two. So there was Twitch purple. There's that yellow. That looked like Hal red right there. Let's try to.
Didn't press the button.
Oh, I didn't press the button. We need to do a little faster, so that's all right. We can do that. Alexa, open color robot.
Hi, I will cycle through a spectrum of colors. When you press the button, I'll report back which color you pressed. Are you ready?
Yes.
Pink is pink.
Pink is
the
pink.
Selected color.
All right.
Thank you for playing.
Perfect.
Goodbye.
Okay, so that's those are directives. That's just a color cycler one. If you go to the repo, there are a lot of different ones. So there's one that you might really like called the kitchen sink, and this handles all of the directives. So every possible directive there is, plus I think it has a custom directive or two also. Here are some of the commands you can do with that one. So play music. You can send like the beats. You can send the music markings to know if you want to light up something and play along with music. You can get really, really deep in this and build some really cool gadgets. And I'd love to see what you can do. That would be more than a color cycler or my simple wake word. So we have 30-ish minutes. I want to try one more thing. So let's do this. I have, instead of colors, I thought it'd be really cool. Let me show you what this, oh, let's go back to screen, sorry. Let me show you what the Sense Hat can really do. So if I go to, let's go back to the root. Let's go to, let's see where my Sense Hat sample examples. All right. So if you install Sense Hat, it's got some neat little things. One of them is Space Invader. So let me just show you Space Invader. So look at Robot Cam now. If you can see that, that's the Space Invader image. So what this means is that we can show images on the SynSat. So what I've done is created a collection for us. And if we look at this collection, you might notice that these are Mario characters. So I've got Bowser, I've got the coin, I've got Koopas, Peach, Mario, Luigi, the Piranha, Toad, and Yoshi. So one thing you have to do on these SynSats, the images have to be square and they have to be 8 by 8 pixels, which is very small. So these smaller ones are 8 by 8. So when you see it, it's very pixelated, but it looks pretty cool. So hopefully you'll be able to see. So I thought what we'd try is to update Color Cycler, but use Mario. So we'll make it a Mario cycler and just cycle through these images and try to click on one of them. All right, so let me switch over to code. And what we'll do is let's copy the color cycler. So we're going to copy Raspberry Pi color cycler to, we'll call this Raspberry Pi Mario cycler. And we'll go to the Raspberry Pi Mario cycler. All right, so there's everything we need. Let's get rid of, for now, let's get rid of the Get folder, because I don't want to, we'll start kind of fresh right there. Okay. Now when you're creating a gadget, I should show you this. You need to register it in the Alexa voice service. So we would go to products. So you'll go to Alexa voice service, developer console, go to products, and you'll create a new product. So I've got 2 here. I'm not going to click on this one because when you click on it, it shows an Amazon ID and a secret ID. I don't want the secret ID to get out, so we'll do another one from scratch. So if you're creating your own, let's call it a drone gadget. Drone gadget. If I can spell. And we'll just do drone 01. We don't need Alexa built in. We don't need this. We need to make this an Alexa gadget. The category would be, let's call it a novelty device. And this is a drone that flies around. Something simple. You upload an image. We're not going to do this commercially. It's not marketed towards children. We're not really going to build the drone today, but I want to show you that's how you get started. Drone gadget, if you go into it, these are the 2 things you would need. You'll need your Amazon ID and Alexa gadget secret. So you can see in the repo, if I go back to this repo, that under the device folder there is an INI file. This is the wake word sample. So you have to have a application file like a Python file and then an INI file named after it. So this would be wakeword.ini. I left the sample here because you'll want to replace these 2 fields with what you get from Alexa voice service. Okay, so that's how you create a gadget. That's how you get started. And then I showed you that because in our device I have a color cycler INI that has my device ID and or secret ID as well. So I won't show you that, but we'll edit color cycler. Let's rename color cycler to Mario cycler, and we'll rename this to, oops, let's rename. Let's do it this way. Rename color cycler.ini to Mario. I did Mario cycler.ini. I know what I did wrong here. We were in the wrong directory, so let's go back to color cycler. There we go. So we're in Mario cycler now. We're going to make a Mario cycler that will cycle through Mario pictures. Oh, it's not rename, it's move. All right. So Mario cycler now has this, and we're going to move color cycler.py to Mario cycler.py. All right, so all we need to do now is kind of go through here and change a few things. We'll change everything from changing images to changing characters. So we'll call these characters. Let's see. We've got Mario. Can anyone remember without looking? Luigi. I'm going to leave one off. Peach. Toad. Mario, Luigi, Bowser, Peach, Toad. Who else do we have? We had the Koopas. There's one more. So while you're telling me who that was, I'm going to change these. We're going to, let's move some pictures here. So we're going to copy, I have them here, Mario images to image. All right, so we have the images. So if you didn't see, the last one was piranha. It's a hard one. Piranha. There we go. And we just need to change these to, we'll say image, image Mario. And we'll copy this and just kind of change these up as we go along. Luigi. So we're building this. I'll make a repo out of it. It'll be really similar to Color Cycler. We're just going to change a few things in it. Koopas and Piranha. All right, so that's good. Synsat, then we set the rotation. If I didn't do that, you can set the rotation around on the Synsat. It's for the camera, I set it to be 180 of what it normally is, so you can see it on RobotCam. All right, so here we're gonna have self. This is gonna be character. We don't care about color, and we care about characters list. We're just kind of initting some default animations, character animation states. It sets up a thread, so the thread's going to listen for a button press. So we need this thread. Let's get rid of this code right here. All right, when we see wake word, we're just gonna say clear the display. That's all we really care about. Okay, on custom color cycler gadget blink LED. So this is back here in our Lambda function. So if we go to custom color, where's this at? Custom, color cycler gadget. Color cycler gadget. So here we're saying we're going to change this to Mario cycler gadget. So we'll say Mario. And we'll change this to Mario. Blink LED's fine. I don't care about changing that. By triggering, let's just do this. Okay. Any questions so far? We're going to change this one to Mario. So Mario's stop LED. So let's go over here and find stop LED. So Mario cycler gadget. Capital Mario. There we go. All right, so we've changed that. Let's just clear the LED. So this is when the skill gets a stop directive. So when the user says exit or stop, it fires this off. So this is the code you would run if you were building a drone or a robot. Maybe it sends the robot back home. Maybe it lands the drone. In this case, it's going to just clear our display. Button press, that's pretty straightforward. So button press current, we're going to call this character. So if we press the button on Luigi, for example, it should give us some log info that it was Luigi. We're going to send that back to Alexa. We're going to say, hey, the user pressed the button on Luigi, and then Alexa will read that back out. So we're going to say report color. Whoops, Mario. Let's look for report color in our code. So report color. We're going to change this to Mario. All right. All right, so we're locked. LED blink. All right. So we don't want to cycle through colors. We want to cycle through characters. Characters list. We're going to look through that. This right here just looks for the button press. So the button has an up, down, left, right, a press, and release. We are looking for the middle, which is the click down, and then the press event. We don't care about release. So set the character, and then we're going to say we're going to reference those characters we just built. There we go. All right, and then that's okay, I think. Yeah, we'll call this Mario Cycler Gadget. Mario Cycler Gadget. Let's go down here and update that. All right, so when it gets the main event, it's going to call this. Should run through. Let's just see if we have the word color anywhere that we missed. We probably do. Alexa Gadget that cycles through Mario characters. Characters reports the character. Okay. Let's call that color. We have 17 more. All right, set up a separate thread to cycle through characters. Initialize the character animation. I'm not going to do a global find and replace because I want to make sure I catch all these. A lot of these are just comments, so we're okay. 13 more. Character to the skill. Ah, there's one that we missed. Report colors. This should be report character. And let's go back in our skill or in our lambda code and change this to report character as well. Character. Okay. 10 more. All right, this is an important one. So it's cycling through it. We want to see if the character, I'm going to call this characters list. And we're going to need to update this. Four more. 1, 2. There we go. Characters list and Mario colors. All right, or Mario characters. That should be the last one we need to worry about. Color and color. Okay, good. So let's save that. So Mario Cycler looks ready. Let's go to our lambda code and just make sure there's no more report color. So we're going to report character. And we're going to speak character. Character is a selected Mario character. Characters list, which we don't have. Oh, we need to update that. Custom Mario Cycler gadget. Whoops. Characters list is characters list. I will cycle through a collection of Mario characters. When you press a button, I will report back which character you pressed. All right. We'll go ahead and change this so it's not confusing. Report character. I'll speak the reported character. Okay. I think we just about have this. Are there any things like blue or yeah, Alexa blue? So build blink directive. Let's just say Mario. More blue. Yep, there. This is what we need. So here are the characters we need to send over to our skill or to our device. So Mario, Luigi, Peach, Toad, Koopas, Bowser, and Piranha. Alright, anything else color-wise? It looks good. Who knows? Nothing works around the first time, right? We might just be good today, though. Alright, here we go. So we're going to say Python... Whoa, down here. Python 3. What do we call this? Mario Cycler. Let's see if this works. Okay, we're connected. Let me switch to Robot Cam. Alexa, open Color Robot.
Hi. I will cycle through a collection of Mario characters. When you press the button, I'll report back which character you pressed. Are you ready?
Yes. Nothing's happening, is it? Oh, I know what I did wrong. Okay, this will be an easy fix. So, if you remember...
You didn't press the button.
Well, I think I did. Anyway, if you remember, so when it does the colors, let's look through here. When it sets the color, blink LED is what we want to look for. Button pressed, we think that's good. LED blink. So this is getting called, and what it's doing is it's trying to color. This clear means also color the 8x8 matrix. We don't want to do that. We want to do load image. Yeah, load image. So let's try that. And we'll restart. In fact, let's see. Dot clear. Make sure there's no more. Okay, we're good. All right, so we're exiting. Let's try again. All right, it's paired. Alexa, open color robot.
Hi, I will cycle through a collection of Mario characters. When you press the button, I'll report back which character you pressed. Are you ready?
Yes. Still no characters. Okay. Let's figure it out.
You didn't press the button.
All
Goodbye.
right, so let's see. She should be telling us. Let's go to blink LED. Blink. Whoops. Go up here. Mario cycler gadget. Okay. Stop LED. Blink. LED blink. All right. So if cycling character. All right. Let's just print a debug. Print loading image characters self.character. All right, and let's just test this real quick first of all. So Python from since hat import since hat since equals since hat. This code is just basic from their homepage. Since load image, and we're going to load image mario.ping and see if it shows up on RobotCam. Yeah, so there's Mario. So we do know that that works. If you squint, you can see Mario. So we know that works. Let's figure out what's happening when I bet it has something to do with these custom directives. So let's get a look at the custom directive that comes in from Lambda. On Mario Cycler Gadget Blink LED. Is that even a thing? Let's go to Blink LED. Let's look at our code. Blink LED. Is LED? Okay, that looks good. Mario Cycler Gadget, Mario Cycler Gadget Stop LED. We get, there's only 2 custom directives there. So let's fire it off again. This time we'll be able to see what image it's trying to show. All right, we're connected. Alexa, open color robot.
Hi, I will cycle through a collection of Mario characters.
I'm going to bring
When
it
you
back
press the
to
button,
the
I'll
screen here
report
so we can
back
see
which character
output.
you pressed. Are you ready?
Yes. So look, so it's not even getting to this blink LED. Alexa, stop.
All right. See you
All right,
later.
we have about 10 minutes to. Let's see. I'm refreshing the chat to see if we're working. Looks like maybe we are. Yeah, we are. Wow, sorry about that. So we have a few minutes left. I'll stay on longer too if anyone wants to stay. So I would love to know what questions I missed. If you have any questions, then you can pop them back in the chat. If not, then we'll catch up afterwards. I'll catch up with our team and find out what I missed. One thing we didn't get solved is this. There's another big thunderbolt or thunder clap. One thing we didn't get solved is what we're missing here. It's probably something very, very simple, but you know how it is when we're live coding. So what I will do is show you the links for the 2 GitHub repos that you need to find. So first of all, go to the Custom Interfaces blog, read it, but go to the bottom and go to the sample application and the tech documentation. Episode 3, can we run MicroPython and handle certificates for AWS IoT? So do you want to know about how to use certificates? We can definitely do that. I'm not familiar with MicroPython, so tell me a little bit about that. MicroPy. Oh, for microcontrollers. Interesting. So it's based off Python 3. Yeah, we should be able to do this no problem. So, do I need to get... Do you have a Pi board, Serge? Do I need a Pi board? Yeah, look how cool those are. And maybe I can run it on a Raspberry Pi too, but this looks pretty cool. So yes, that seems important. A question from Serge. Okay, I'm not sure. So let me handle this first one. Yes, I think it's a great idea. We should do an episode on that. Episode 32. I don't know if you're joking or not. I think I want to do that sooner than that. So what I would do, let me get one of these first and then do a couple of tests, and then we'll do an episode pretty quickly. I don't think you should wait for 32 episodes to learn how to do that. That sounds like a fun one. And then a question, receive proactive events. Not yet. Proactive events in terms of like sending something to the Alexa. You can use notifications, but we'll let the SDE, the software developer engineer, next week talk about some of the capabilities of custom directives, and then maybe that will solve what you're trying to do. Another question, task you're using Raspberry Pi so far are cheap. ESP32 board should manage to do also. Yes, sure, ROS has more options, but consumes more power. Yep, I agree. And ROS is good, and it's widely used. So ROS, if you don't know, it's a robotic operating system. It's really good and widely used, but there are a lot of other options too. And so I don't want to just focus on ROS only here. I want to make sure we cover it, but we cover everything else. So let me definitely take some notes on that one. But yeah, I think you've got some good ideas, Serge. I'm going to copy these questions and just make sure that we cover that. And I think I do have an episode lined up for episode 4 where we're going to talk about the third way. So if you remember the 3 ways, is it too late to switch over to the chalkboard? Let's do this real quick. The 3 ways to connect, but I don't have the chalkboard running. But the third way, we were going to use the Alexa voice service and then directly interface. So have a microphone on board, controller, and then have a speaker if we wanted it, but have everything, all the capabilities of an Echo device or an Alexa device built in to that. So that's week 4. But I think week 5 might be really fun if we can do something like that. So I'll get back with you on that one. Good. What other questions do you have? Let me get the other 2 GitHub repos you'll need. So if you want to try Color Cycler with a Sense Hat on the Raspberry Pi, then I'll show you this one. This is what you need. And then you need the wake word as well. So everything's here. All the code you need for the skill is here. So I've got skill, I've got the lambda. All the skill, all the code you need is here. You can get started. Good. Any more questions? All right, I think what I'll do is maybe spend another 10 minutes or so. I want to put the Sense Hat. Yes, so the Sense Hat, put the Sense Hat in the back window of your truck. Watch what we can do with this. So we can do a Python, let's go from Sense Hat import Sense Hat. Sense equals Sense Hat. All right, and I forget the exact syntax, so let's look this up together. Sense Hat scroll text. I can imagine all sorts of fun things with this. Thanks, sir. I will, please come back next time. And if you want, send me your email or catch me on Twitter at JBNunn on Twitter, and we can start talking about your ideas. I think you've got some good ideas. So let's look at this real quick. Text. Where is text? Show message. All right, we're just going to copy this in the interest of time. So we want to do sense dot show message, and what are we going to say? We're going to say in the back of Trinity's truck, if you can read this, you're too close. Let's go to RobotCam and see what happens. Oh, there we go. Sorry, it's upside down. Oh, let's do one thing here. It doesn't have to be upside down. So sense set rotation to 180. Let's try it again. All right, Trinity, this is for you. It's still a little backwards. I think you get the point. If you can read this, you're too close. All right, cool. So I'm going to spend maybe, let's just spend 7 more minutes. If you want to bail out, you can. If not, stick with it, and maybe you can help me solve this. So we were trying to get the Mario Cycler done. So let's go real quickly to Raspberry Pi Mario Cycler. We weren't getting any images. An Alexa gadget that cycles through characters. That's good. So we're knitting everything fine. The characters are fine. This is all good. LED thread is fine. That's just locking. That's giving us a thread so we can control that matrix. State name is wake word. We're definitely getting that. Well, let's make sure we're getting that. So let's just say clear, and we'll give it a color. Let's say red. Let's just make sure that we get a wake word. It should flash red when we run this. So Python 3, Mario Cycler. Let's connect. Yeah, so you actually could do that. Voice control. So you could say, Alexa, send this message to my back window, and have it go across your back window. It's a great idea. But we just need to get the Alexa autos out. All right, robot cam. So what I'm looking for here is a red flash when the wake word happens. Alexa. There we go. Stop. Okay, so we know we're getting a connection. That's good. So on custom blink LED, this is probably where we're missing it. Handles custom blink LED directives. Logger info. Okay. Button pressed. Blink LED. Yeah, I think what's happening is we're never getting here. Let's just put a little print in blink LED. All right. While that's loading, let's quickly load Lambda. All right, let's go to our Lambda and let's make sure that the big lightning strike didn't fry the cloud. It's a good thing about the cloud is it's pretty immune to that. So, someone's gonna make a joke about lightning being in the cloud, aren't they? That was a softball. Okay, so let's make sure, what I'm looking for is to make sure that this Mario Cycler gadget blink LED is happening. So let's do blink LED. Response builder, build blink LED directive. First of all, there's only 7 things there. It should be 8. So Mario, Luigi, Peach, Toad, Koopas, Bowser, Piranha, and who did we miss? Bowser, Peach, Mario, Luigi. Is there only 7? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there are only 7. Okay. Let's see. Blink LED. Let's go back here. So Blink LED is here. Custom Mario Cycler gadget report character. Do I have this? Yep. All right. Do we have Blink LED anywhere else? Blink LED. Blink LED is capitalized. Does that matter for us? Blink LED. I don't think that matters. Stop LED. Okay. Let's getting the right endpoints. Stop LED. Let's go look at Color Cycler really quickly. Device, colorcycler.py. Let's look at blink LED. So it does not care about case. Mario Cycler says, okay, that all looks good. Let's just see if we're getting anything here. So let's save this. Let's restart. And I'm not gonna go to Robot Cam. We want to see if we get this in blink LED. It's trying to connect still. Sometimes you'll see this happen 3 times in a row, for example. There's 2, but we got it connected. Okay. Alexa, open color robot.
Hi. I will cycle through a collection of Mario characters. When you press the button, I'll report back which character you pressed. Are you ready?
Yes. Okay, so we're not even getting here. So that's the problem. Alexa, stop. If we're not getting here, I'm going to shrink that font up a little bit so I can find this better. So we're knitting. Yeah, let's go to main. Let's just follow the path. So main goes to Mario Color Cycler. Let's find that. All right, Alexa gadget, state listener, active. So that's when we, okay, wake word happens, and then after the wake word incident is over, then we're there. We really should get here on custom. I think the problem is in our lambda. So let's look at our lambda. Let's blow this up to make it a little bit easier for everyone. All right. So we get a launch intent. Our endpoints work. We know that's working because we're actually connecting, and it made the thing blink. She says this. That's great. Request handler yes intent. So we get a yes intent. We start the game. This is where it will probably be. Response builder. We're going to add a directive. Build blink LED directive. So that function is down here. Here. Send directive. So this is sending the directive from the Echo to the Raspberry Pi. It's looking for a namespace of custom Mario Cycler gadget with a name of blink LED. Okay. Handles custom Mario Cycler gadget blink LED. And everything is spelled the same too. Very strange. So I'm going to change something. I don't think it matters though. But I'm going to change it anyway. We're going to say update image. Update image there. We're going to change this to update image. I'm going to leave stop image alone. And then I'm going to change one more thing. I'm going to change the high part because I want to make sure that this code is being updated. So we're going to say hello this time. And we're going to save this code. And we're going to go back here. We're going to save this. And let's just make sure blink LED wasn't being called anywhere else. Blink LED, blink LED. Okay, we're good. So we're going to say this is in update image. Okay, save that. All right, here we go. Attempting to pair. All right, this is going to be our last attempt. So if there are any more questions, get them in. If not, this will be the last hurrah. We're going to try this, and then I'll fix it and post the real code. All right, Alexa, open color robot.
Hello. I will cycle through a collection
Okay, we got
of
hello
Mario
instead of hi. That's
characters.
good.
When you press the button, I'll report back which character you pressed. Are you ready?
Yes. Still doesn't work. Okay, that's all right. It was a fun try. I'm going to get it working so you can see Mario characters going across the screen. I'll try to get a better video of it, so on the GitHub repo, I'll put an animation of
You
what...
didn't press the button.
I know.
Goodbye.
I'll get an animation of what that looks like so you can see it. But good questions today. Thanks for everything you put in here. And then if you have more, you can reach me on JB Nunn on Twitter or follow me on Twitch at JB Nunn as well. Great to talk to you, and I'll see you next week. Bye.